Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Facebook Live, and we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on as far as today's weather and what we're looking at as we head into the next several days. Expecting a lot of rain across southeast Texas. Today we have rain out there. Haven't seen nothing really going on up in the lakes area so far this morning. It's all been really right around I-10 or south towards the Gulf of Mexico. Here's the latest look at radar, and you can see just a couple pockets of some heavy rain. We'll zoom in on those for this morning real quick. And you can see a nice heavy shower over Sabine Lake up towards Bridge City along 73 there, and then some more heavy rain stretching from just north of Winnie up towards China. Interstate 10 between Winnie and Beaumont looks pretty wet there. Slap on the lightning here, and we can see that it's a little bit of a thunderstorm there heading out towards, it looks like maybe Nome. This is all sliding northward. Another little band of some rain. It looks like over towards maybe towards Lamar, just south Lamar there. And then we have some rain over Sabine Lake. So there's some spotty showers out there, but not a whole lot out there for right now. We are expecting about a 60% coverage as we get into later on this afternoon. As we look at radar and motion, you can see some of these showers and a few thunderstorms kind of working their way from the Gulf of Mexico up towards the north. Really, the more active weather has really been off towards our west so far this morning, but keep the umbrella handy through the afternoon. All right, let's get into some of this tropical weather real quick here. And there is a possibility of maybe seeing some development out in the Gulf of Mexico over the next 48 hours to 5 days. More likely over the next 3 or 4 days as this area of low pressure, developing area of low pressure, tries to slide off towards the west. Right now, Hurricane Center says about a 40% chance of development in the next 48 hours, then a 50% chance of development in the next 5 days. Right now, tropical depression maybe does not look too unlikely. Tropical storm, well, it is a possibility. But right now, probably going to see something weaker, maybe a tropical depression as it head towards the coast of Texas as we head in towards, looks like late Friday into early Saturday. I want to show you the satellite over that region, and nothing too organized here. There is a cluster of some showers, thunderstorms out over the Gulf of Mexico, but as far as anything, like I said, too organized out in here, really not seeing a whole lot right now. There is some stuff flaring up this afternoon or this morning, but nothing too organized. Like I said, we're not seeing it much, enclosed circulation or anything like that. They're sending Hurricane Hunter planes out to investigate it, and right now it's just a kind of a disturbed area of weather out in the Gulf of Mexico. Here are some of the computer models' estimation of where it's going to go. Take these with a grain of salt. They really don't have a whole lot of information to go on. But most of the activity, it looks like, or you can say the center of the storm or the heart of the storm heading maybe towards between, say, Corpus Christi and Houston. That's where most of the tracks are going to go as we head into, it looks like, sometime late Friday into early Saturday. So we're still going to be on the northeast side of this. That means we'll get a lot of rain as it comes in, depending on, how it sets up. How much it organizes as it works its way in towards Texas. All right, I want to show you a couple of computer models. This is what we call the American model, the GFS model. As it comes in, you can see the time at the top, 1:30 a.m. It has this kind of working its way in towards the coast. I'll kind of go back and forth here. And once again, that's going to be south and west, basically, of Houston. And really nothing too strong here, kind of a weak area of low pressure. If anything, tropical, maybe a little tropical depression there, but pretty weak, and then it moves off towards the west as we head into Sunday. But it's showing maybe that little spin associated with this coming in sometime late Friday into Saturday, and then kind of, like I said, quickly spinning off towards the west. Okay, let's take a look at the European model. This one shows a little bit more of a defined, maybe tropical system, maybe a weak tropical storm as it comes in. It looks like sometime early on Saturday morning. Once again, you notice it's going to be well south of Houston and well south of us, but we still could be on the northeastern side there where we get a lot of rainfall from this as it kind of pushes through, and then eventually it kind of works its way off towards the west as we head towards Sunday. But it'll go slowly through this again, and as we go, we can see it kind of coming in towards, say, late Friday evening into early on Saturday morning, as maybe, like I said, tropical depression, maybe a weak tropical storm, something like that. So European model definitely showing a little bit more in the way of formation, possibly of something weak than the GFS model at this point. Right now, like I said, once again, the Hurricane Center saying about 50% chance of development. Well, we're not worried really about the wind with this thing. It's really going to be the rainfall. How much rain are we going to get with this? And right now, probably in general, if it comes in like the European model's showing, we could probably get upwards of 5 or 6 inches of rain over Friday night into Saturday. Maybe even some isolated spots, maybe higher than that, maybe closer to 10 inches, which we don't really need, we don't really want. Like I said, it really depends on how it develops over the next few days and exactly how organized it is when it comes in across the area. If it's just kind of a weak area of low pressure, we'll see some scattered stuff more likely. If it's a little bit more defined, we could see more of a steadier, heavier rain kind of coming in across the area. So we'll have to wait and see what happens as we go through, looks like late Thursday, early Friday, and see how this thing starts to develop, if it develops at all. All right, so that's kind of the immediate thing we're looking at as far as the end of this week, Friday into Saturday. We'll go with 90-100% coverage of rain as we go in towards Friday and Saturday. And then the next thing we're going to look at, and this is way, way down the road, this is something that we'll have to deal with maybe late into next week or the week after that, if it even gets into the Gulf of Mexico. And this is Tropical Storm Gonzalo. They just updated it, so I don't have all the little things on here. It says Friday at 8 o'clock. I have that one. And they have it as a hurricane coming into parts of the Atlantic there by Friday morning. And then as it moves into the Caribbean, they have it weakening back to a tropical storm. So I apologize. I have it just updated, so it doesn't have all the little barbs on there where I can show you what they're expecting. But they are expecting it to weaken back down after it comes across the islands there in the Caribbean and moves into the Central Caribbean, and that's going to be sometime as we go towards Monday into Tuesday of next week. So it's still going to be a long time before it works its way into the Gulf, if it gets into the Gulf at all. We'll have to wait and see. Some of the computer models earlier this morning were showing it actually diminishing and not making it, so it's just a long way out there, something we have to wait on. Right now they have the winds at 50 miles an hour, and it's moving to the west at 14, so it's moving pretty quickly as it slides towards the Caribbean, which, like I said, won't even come into the Caribbean until Sunday, probably Sunday or to Monday. So something we're watching, something we'll keep you updated on, but right now it's no immediate threat. More immediate threat is how much rain we're going to get on Friday and Saturday with this tropical wave coming in, or maybe tropical depression or tropical storm. We'll have to wait and see. But you notice today about a 60% coverage of some rain. Tomorrow it drops down a little bit, 40%. And then as we get into Friday, here comes the rain associated with that tropical wave or whatever it's going to be. 90% coverage of rain, maybe 100%, probably closer to 100%. But for Friday and Saturday, and like I said, generally maybe a couple of inches of rain. If it really kind of organizes and becomes a little bit more focused, maybe heads a little bit more closer to Houston than maybe, say, Victoria or Corpus Christi, we could see a lot more rain than that, maybe 5 or 10 inches. We'll have to wait and see. I know a lot of folks are very anxious, kind of on the edge of their seat, because, you know, gosh, I've flooded 2-3 times now in the last couple of years, and I don't need any more of this. I totally understand. I got you. I understand that. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, not trying to freak anybody out. But like I said, 5 to 10 inches. And that, if we get about 5 to 10 inches, that's not going to be widespread flooding. We're not going to see everybody underwater. That's going to be localized flooding. That's going to be those neighborhoods that if you get a good 2 or 3, 4 inches of rain in a short amount of time, the water rises up quickly. You're going to see maybe some possible flooding in those areas. You see some street flooding, things like that. But as far as overall widespread flooding, I don't think we're going to see that type of situation as we head towards Friday into Saturday. After Friday and Saturday, things will start to taper down a little bit as far as the rain, but still a good coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head towards early next week. So let's see what some of the comments say here. Going to the beach at Bolivar, is that a bad thing, or is it just going to rain? Well, yeah, I don't think you're going to have to worry about water rising up or whatever. I think you're going to have to worry about rain probably. So yeah, that's what you're going to have to do. Yeah, beach probably not the best idea this weekend. It looks like it's going to be pretty wet. Let's see. Good morning, Frank. Good morning. How about Winnie? Well, Winnie's going to be seeing the same stuff as everybody else. We'll see a good chance of rain as we head towards Friday and Saturday. Tiffany, normally you guys are always wrong. I hope so this weekend. Well, thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate that comment. I don't think we're always wrong, but we try to be right sometimes here and there. Yes, tropical storm is the storm. For this, as we kind of again for Friday and we'll have to see how this is and it's more of a southerly track. We'll get, of course, we'll get a little less rain. If it tries to head a little bit more towards Houston, a little bit more in the way of maybe some heavier rainfall. One more comment. There's some funny, but once again, National saying 40 feet as we go through the end of this week into the weekend. So we're going to have to wait and see there. What about Toledo Bend? The way you can thing the a little bit if you're going to be 5 inches of rain. If it's a little bit, I think every next 2 days at least 5 inches, depending on where whether we get above like on what as far as what's thing develop. Just how it organized comes into the coast. Where we're going to see the places on the our rain amounts on the as a some higher. So just look for that's it. So up here once again this afternoon. We've got rain on radar, and right now it looks like the majority of it is down south of shower up there in Tyler County, just west of Warren. But most of the activity right now is from say around Sour Lake down to say a bit of a shower now developing just south of Beaumont, and then over towards Bridge City going down towards Sabine Lake. So keep the umbrella handy. Developing to our south, and those are going to be trying to work their way northward too. Could get fairly wet for this afternoon. We pick up dew of rain in some spots. Let's see, but that's kind of keep you be at noon. Give you a complete so what's going on. And let you know expecting the next days here. We're going to be doing lives towards later on noon or this and updated. Things we're working. One is the way. The other one is which several days. That we're just going to have to keep an eye on and for that. But appreciate you tuning in this morning on the Facebook Live. You all have a great afternoon.